and we are back with more Elden Ring. Last time we left off, we've headed north to Raya Lucaria. I believe that's what it's called. I keep on mixing it up with like Leia Lucario, or something of that nature, but we are in the north. We have two potential threads to pull on, and some general exploration to also do. We know that we've become embroiled in a conspiracy regarding Head Honcho Man here at the Round Table Hold, where his servant suddenly attacked us for getting started on a quest to give a medallion to one of these tree folk. So we kind of have a rough target where to go next. I believe it was a cave on the western side of Raya Lucaria?
You.
Let's see here. Got secret medallions.
Find the Albinoric woman. She hides in a cave to the west of the Laskia ruins, which jut from the mist-shrouded lake of Liurnia. She knows the location of the medallion's counterpart, I'm sure.
One more time with that, good sir. It was, so, not the west side of the actual academy itself, but the west side of some ruins jutting out from the swamp?
Find the Albinoric woman. She hides in a cave to the west of the Laskia ruins, which jut from the mist-shrouded lake of Liurnia. She knows the location of the medallion's counterpart, I'm sure.
Good sir, the all-knowing. What was the name of that?
Find the Albin. She hides in a cave to the west of the
Laskia.
Laskia ruins, which jut from the mist-shrouded lake of Liurnia. She
Alright.
knows.
Alright. I think I probably know where to go. Maybe. Or at least I know the rough area on where to go. And beyond that, we also have basically more of the Black Dagger conspiracy that we're following up on. I'm trying to think. Ah, yes. There should be a manor north of the academy. And we are going to find the daughter of one of the demigods' first marriage, like one of the children from that marriage.
Always good to see you, son.
Alright. Randy's whereabouts?
If Lunar Princess Rani truly is the one who plotted that fateful night, then she should bear the curse mark of destined death somewhere upon her flesh. Would you be willing to procure it for me? She may have returned to the manor that is her home, the Royal Carian residence to the north of the Academy of Raya Lucaria.
Alright. So we have a rough kind of heading with all that information there. Double checking our current equipment. Though I should probably contrast it against. What spells do we have? I know at some point we need to basically get a boss weapon kind of in our general, like, level up area. Yes, actually, seeing that basically menu reminds me that we do need to also do a quick bit of farming to try and get the last bit of the cleric spell we have available. Yeah, we got basically some of these as well, the Catch Flame and O Flame. Or no, we had Catch Flame, we now have O Flame, which is better. Only 6 more SP as well, not too bad. And what was the other one we had? Surge O Flame, which is basically our old-fashioned flamethrower, kind of back from a long time ago. And 17 Faith, basically, for the God Killer enchantment. And let's see here. Yeah, 17 Faith. We have 16. Alright, one more level up. But okay, let us... I think the spell that we needed to buy was 7,000.
Ah, well then. Would you...
Okay, yep, show me... Lightning. Hone Bolt. Alright, 7,000 exactly. Oh, and we never bought basically Flame Fortification, so technically we have 10,000 total that we need right now.
May the golden...
Yeah, so let's... Alright, let's get Gold Pickled Foul Foot ready. Let's do a little spot of farming to start the day off here. Nothing like heading back to our old stomping grounds here. So glad we found this area. Like, the ability to snag a quick few ruins to round out level ups and also get items that we really want to buy. It's very nice. But alright, once basically I have a target lock on this guy, we're going to sneak up, use the gold foul foot, and do our bit of farming. Okay, good, good. Don't turn around. Alright. I'm really hoping we can kind of, like, finish off their armor set, too. Though, the bandit set we currently have is pretty nice in that it's lightweight enough for us to kind of carry around a lot of our miscellaneous weaponry. If we focused only a few weapons, we could get away with heavier armor, but not really how we roll. Alright. And then basically, a lot more of the guys this way are by themselves compared to on the other side of the road. They all tend to be in pairs. Okay, good, good. Constantly need to look back at their body to make sure they don't drop any item. Okay, good, good. Trying to get better at this particular path here. Alright, I don't think there's any basically on this side, but there's a dude way up here. And then I think basically there's like 3 more kind of like hugging the cliff side here. Sneak up, stab. Alright, drop anything, and nope. Like, we could be using the silver foul foot to try and get better item drop, but yeah, it's fine. Alright, there's 2 of them. Okay. Main thing is to make sure we don't get snuck up on by a different one, just in case. Okay, good, good. I mean, we could aggro him, but I'd prefer to try and be sneaky here. Though we are on a limited duration with the boss. There we go. Alright. Buff is still active. Try to go for okay, just turned off, but I'm already running at this guy. We might as well get what runes we can. And keeping an ear out just in case we are a bit too hasty in approaching this guy and we passed one aggro. But okay. Didn't see any drop from those that we passed. I'm a bit curious here just about this like little fungal stalk here. I am curious more about basically the whole scarlet rot type thing and what its relation is to like how it encroached potentially on Dragon Barrow. Alright, back to the round table. Let's go ahead and spin these runes. Hello, Priestman. It sounded like the Grace was whispering to me. Alright. Yes, I'd like to stick incantations. Let's get Honed Bolt and Flame Fortification, which cool. Everything learned.
May the golden order.
Alright, so with that out of the way, and I really wish we could get kind of this like map chunk here, but we know that this cliffside juts out there, and then like there's an entire raised plateau above. We don't know how to get up there. In hindsight, there might be an elevator somewhere within kind of the shaded area, but there's also a possibility that maybe there's like a map slate over here and it just uncovers the entire western path, called kind of like, you know, Western Raya Lucaria. Okay, we got some ruins there. Another one of those structures. Interesting that I guess this looks like a very much equivalent to the raised plateau that's down here. But okay, what I'm thinking we do is we just kind of ride the west coast here. So let's go to the Road's End Catacombs. Might have been better to go to the Mage Tower, but I think this should be okay. The big issue is that there's a few bats along the way here that kind of drop down. If we ride fast enough, it should be okay, and that's also assuming that I am remembering... Yeah, here we are. Here, there's bats. Hello, goodbye. I guess we can get basically the pole arm out. I guess it's using it one-handed, so we are penalized for that. But okay. There's the Academy, which one day we probably need to go to... Also, with it probably being our next destination, I would, if I had the wager in terms of where we're going to go for our next shard of the Elden Ring. Huh. Ooh. Whenever our horse disappears like that, I'm used to us getting invaded. Yeah. Ah, dang it. You're done? He's using the same polearm strategy that I'm using. Nice. I get stamina back. Roll the offense a bit in case he tries healing. Alright, he's doing the spin again. Come on, Poison, do your work. Vader vanquished, Saberi grape gotten, and a banished knight's halberd and raw meat dumplings. Alright. So I wonder if the implication is that he, like, slaughtered everyone here? Lost Grace discovered. What do we got? Revenger's Shack. Raw meat dumpling. Raw meat dumpling. Raw meat dumpling. More raw meat dumpling, and raw meat dumpling. Alright. So, yeah, pungent raw meatball made succulent by the virtue of being on the verge of turning. Ugh. So the banished knight's halberd. A finely crafted halberd intricately engraved with an ancient motif, given to knights who, whether by misfortune or misdeed, were forced to abandon their homes. Both of these knights were sent to the fringes, where they were forced to start anew with only despair for company. So that was the weapon he was using. He kinda looked like the guy that was back at the round table who sent us looking for someone. But the question is, like, sometimes we fight red shades of people who aren't them. Like that one person that basically were supposed to be healing in Khalid, and we encountered a shade of them in the swamp prior to that. But then sometimes, like the one that attacked us at the round table, I'm trying to remember now if they were actually like a shade of red or not. Because they were then canonically killed. That's why we got basically the Royal Remains armor. So, like, I don't know if the implication is from that attack just now that we killed the guy who sent us looking, or whether that was simply kind of a he attacked us but we survived. So I might as well replenish our flask charges there. And I figure, yeah, I just still kind of ride this upward between the swamp and the cliffs. Alright, here we go. It's like a little mini academy that we're kind of like headed straight towards. Ooh, another Everjail. Don't mind if I do. The Cuckoo's Everjail. Alright, examine, enter. Alright, sometimes we fight people, sometimes we fight knights who aren't quite people, but... Ooh, hello. Alright, we did poison him successfully. Oh, that wasn't that much damage at all. That said, gonna take a flash charge simply because I'm not certain what to expect from his like full abilities here. What you doing? Alright, giant knife. Good. Oh, okay. Alright, and then run away a bit. Stamina. Ooh. All right. Whoo! All right, so he did have an instant kill. I was wondering. Alright, stick, Mariko. The great part about the Everjails is that we can just get our runes back very easily. Not that we had too many to begin with, but still. Alright. I think the polearm in general might be the better way to go, given that we didn't really block many attacks. We're already kind of dodging. Alright, big guy, come back out. I mean, the key to dodging is to actually dodge. Oh, alright, he's summoning his swords again. And... okay, good. And I was figuring it's gonna be a stun. Oh, he's buffing his attack. Okay. There we go. Re-poisoned him. And not swords. Just given that we know that he can kill us and he is buffed right now. He wasn't going to follow up with the attacks quite there yet. Alright, and... cool! Ouch, got greedy. Alright, we're going to need to reapply the poison. Yep. Damn, for a second I thought basically it was like one of the swords that got me. That said, it's not too hard. I don't think basically this is one of those, like, you know, let's come back later moments. We've encountered worse come back later moments and we've still stuck it out. I feel like just need to be potentially slightly more aggressive. Believe more in the power of our dodging. Alright. Start us off. That type of attack always gets me, because it looks like they're kind of like rearing up, but then they kind of almost like fall backwards, slamming their sword in the ground. But that's why I think basically the shield doesn't work, and yeah, polearm is still the way to go. Okay, ruins are over that way. I guess actually in hindsight what might not be too bad is poison him and then maybe dagger projectile? So in hindsight, I wasn't taking a look to see, can we summon? No. Okay, good. Yeah, figured that. Run, slide, and then... about almost three times to re-poison him. Okay, good. Of course. Good. And run, slide, and then... Okay. Good. Then we're almost about time for... There we go. Poison as well. Alright, dagger time. Dang. There we go. Okay, we almost have him. There we go. Great Blade Phalanx. Okay, not too bad of a spell to get. I mean, it is in that we don't really use a lot of sorcery. The only one we kind of, like, have been intertwining is a magic weapon, because, I mean, to a degree, I can see why, because our dagger is already technically magic affinity, so we get magic damage there, and we shoot glintstone pebbles with it. Oh yeah, down here, inventory. Great Blade Phalanx forms a defensive arch of larger magic glint blades. Whew, 29. One of the sorceries of the Carian royal family creates a defensive arch of larger magic glint blades overhead, which automatically attack nearby foes. Used by the enchanted troll knights, they were comrades of the young Renala, bound by oath. Okay. Part of me is almost tempted to go back to the shack and, like, replenish our flasks here. But I feel we're probably good to, like, charge forward a bit, right? Like, in theory, we might find, you know, enemies to actually recharge our flasks anyway. It's kind of like knowing a gas station is nearby, but behind you. Do you turn back and go get gas, or do you kind of charge forward? Hey! Ouch. Did the bats do the poison, or the harpy do the poison? I guess technically the last time we came across the harpy, she wasn't too special. But maybe. Maybe. There we go. Alright, golden rune 6 times 1. Slowly kind of getting chipped here. Yeah. There we go. And there we are. Flask recharges. Okay, Arteria leaf blooming in the shade. Roa fruit. Okay. I was kind of wondering if maybe there would be like a victim body with the treasure on them, but not really. Alright, the fog is definitely kicking in around this area. Part of me wonders if there would be like a little cave-side dungeon around here. Nothing immediately shows us. I think we should probably... Like, we can explore a bit later down there to double-check, but I think heading uphill is the way to go. The fog kicking in. We should take refuge in some sort of creepy abandoned castle. What could go wrong? And the jellyfish up there are all agitated. What site is this? The Foot of the Four Belfries. Okay, so maybe it wasn't like a house we saw in the distance, but a belfry? I guess we can do a quick rest, why not? Okay. Why is there a group of agitated jellyfish up ahead? What has them angry? Ouch. Blood grease and a jellyfish shield. I mean, we should probably take down the camp here. I'm thinking we get... Oh, actually, we should try out the Twin Sages here. This is like the last camp. We should be able to... What the... Why did I think I saw something attacking the camp there? Oh, okay. Someone sees us way before we see them, and they were trying to hit us. Dang it! Let me stab your back. There we go. Get some free health. Okay, so someone up ahead saw us. And tried very much in vain. Okay, yeah, it's like a... not so good... Alright. Better than I gave them credit for, Sorcerer. There we go. Right, Raya Lucaria gauntlets. Ouch. Okay, so our own mage teleported, or I guess maybe walked when we weren't looking. Glintstone stuff. There we go. Herba. Aha. Mage fight. Okay, I think they've taken cover, potentially. Ooh. Sneaky, sneaky. Okay, good. I should have Mimic checked, but Cuckoo Glintstone and more Cuckoo Glintstone. But yeah, we have yet to come across a single Mimic in this game, so maybe they aren't a factor here. Hello, big guy. Ouch. There we go. Alright, let's help out our summon so they're not too distracted and can actually help with this guy right here. There we go. And poison did its job. Sanctuary Stone. I don't quite recall having one of those, but it didn't show really as like a new item. Yep. Come on, good sir. There we go. Excellent. Alright, I assume more treasure up here. And a big old fluffy wolf. Oh. Okay, oh, okay, ouch. You good, sir? Slowly leading downhill here. Oof. Stamina back. There we go. Just in case. And done. What you got? Cuckoo Knight armor. Okay. Alright, other good sir. I have now made time for you. Old-fashioned way. Why not? Alright. Now, I believe they were guarding 2 chests up here. Gotta make sure though to poke them both beforehand. Okay, safe. And safe. One day, I will come across a mimic and be justified in my paranoia. Okay, more Alberneric blood clot. Let's see here. Okay, we're exposing... Okay, there is a monolith basically up ahead along the road. The big thing is, we are kind of... Yeah, let's cap off just in case. We're near the bell towers, I believe, right? Yeah. I guess they're kind of higher up a bit. Alright, jellyfish. Okay. Another one of the troll knights, I believe they were called, from that one, phalanx thing we got. Is this guy... unique? Honestly, seems tougher than the one that was in the Everjail. Oh, of course. Like, don't know if I should be fighting this guy, honestly. Alright, well, same tricks I see. Poor lad can't roar. Okay, holy damage does pretty good. Dang it! Okay, good. Yeah. Saw that coming. Okay, before he stumps again. Dang it. Good. Alright. Running one. There we go. Boo. I really thought maybe he would be like a unique that would give a good treasure. Alas, he appears to be one of many. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, let's... Okay, we have 4 health flasks left. Like, we're nearing whatever this, like, area is. I mean, if we can find a spot of grace, maybe, like, closer to these actual belfries, then maybe the journey would be worthwhile. Yep. Alright, 4 belfries. I'm not seeing any grace around here, sadly. Maybe it would be near the very top. Aha! Alright, pop that to try and de-aggro the ghosty. Okay, no ability to talk to... Oh, actually, hold on. 13,000. Not quite enough to level up yet. But so... What do we got? Imbued sword key. Okay. Unseal sending gate, but disappears upon use. Stone key shaped like a sword, a special item imbued with rich blue magic. Breaks the seal on the imp statues guarding the sending gates enshrined in each belfry, but remains embedded in the statue after each use, meaning it can only be used once. Think well before using one. Oh, actually, reminder. We have a look at the Cuckoo Knight armor. Armor worn by Raya Lucaria Academy Knight. Its left breast is emblazoned with the peering cuckoo, whence came their name. Perhaps the bird's shrewd gaze an expression of their refusal to be mere servants of the Academy. Okay. Sanctuary Stone. A rare piece of stone fragment found near places where the runes have fallen from the sky. Okay. So this is a rare one, alright. Jellyfish Shield. The head of a spirit jellyfish, commonly found floating above the sacred ground throughout the lands between. Wield it without modification as a shield. The see-through head is extremely light, but its flesh is supple, providing absolutely no protection from piercing attacks. Alright. Unique skill. Contagious Fury. Incite the jellyfish's wrath and allow its fury to flow through you. Raises attack power for a certain duration. Interesting. So it's a shield that's not really a shield. It's more of a unique buff spell. 20 strength. Okay. So I'd imagine it's light, right? 8 weight? Oof, okay. Raya Lucaria Gauntlets. Gauntlets worn by Raya Lucaria Academy soldiers. Rust worn and stained through unending conflict. And Glintstone Staff. Staff with the glintstone embedded at the tip, a catalyst for casting sorceries. Sorceries must be memorized, first at a site of lost grace, and then a staff equipped to cast them. Which, alright, is like the most basic of the basic. Okay, so if one belfry gave us a key, I assume the other 3 belfries... We know at least 1, maybe 2 have a portal. Let's see, what do the words have to say? Precipice of Anticipation. Okay. I assume there's some sort of riddle here. So it'll probably be some time before we actually use this. Night Sky Unceasing. That would almost imply that it teleports me underground. And the Crumbling Lands. I do love myself Magic Academies. Looking over there, I'm just like, be nice to go over there at some point. So I wonder if we'll find more than one. My gut would be basically Land of Unending Stars. Or Night of Unending Stars, or whatever it said. Actually, now think about it. Margaret Shackles. Like, are we hiding any secrets around here, maybe? I feel I should, like, use it at each shrine. Yeah, Night Sky Unceasing. That's what it said. Okay, I didn't hear anything activate. But again, we'll use it at each of these. Alright. I figure no, but I could see there being, like, maybe an immediate way to get another, one of these keys. I'd imagine someone in the academy probably has another key. They each take one. At least these two do. I believe the one down here, that would probably be the same, but let's confirm. Like, if one of them required two, that would be our choice, obviously. Because it'd be like, okay, you know, hold until we get that one. It's kind of like buying stuff from a merchant. Buy out the expensive stuff first. Alright. Break that. Golden Rune 1. I guess no harm in... Okay. Yeah, no secret. I'm curious. Can we actually hit the bells? Alright, gonna swap this out for our old bow. No, not that. There we go. Alright. No dinging sound, so I take that as a no. Okay, let's get the Demi-Human Queen's staff back here. Alright, I feel for now we should ride on, now that we kind of know what these 4 belfries are. 1 with a key, 3 with gates, and we can only choose 1. I mean, it could be that there's no actual puzzle, and it's this kind of more, I will admit, briefly in my head, I'm like, what if? What if we killed the Troll Knights, and maybe, like, one of them ends up having another key? Hey, jellyfish. Also, wait, did I end up using... I did, okay. I thought I didn't rest at a place, but I guess I did. So, alright, we're just running through the camp here. Aggro everybody. Alright, and onward north. Since we do know that we have a monolith coming up. Ooh. Time to engage in some caravan robbery here. Harky, stop. Carian Knight Sword. Alright, we may continue. Part of me wants to try and take down that knight, but probably doesn't have anything, like, on him. Okay, we're gonna also mark the obelisk, just so we don't overshoot it. Oh, there it is, right there. Oop, and Lost Grace discovered. Northern Lucaria Lakeshore. Okay. Okay, ideally this uncovers the entire western bit, but I would not be shocked if it doesn't. Map Lucaria West. Okay. Undo that. A new map has been found. Lucaria West. Okay, so it does uncover this entire... Oh. So the road starts there. Okay. I'm just examining this to see if there's any obvious point of ingress. I mean, that maybe. Like, maybe there's like some sort of cave we didn't find that an elevator kind of goes upward? But yeah, definitely no obvious connecting bit here. I could see maybe this being like the precipice thing that the Belfries were talking about. Now what I wonder if up here, is that maybe the mansion that we were supposed to be going towards for the Black Daggers? Well, the Black Dagger quest line. Is this a church? The King's Realm Ruins. Ouch. Alright, let's help me clean up this area. Okay, row of fruit. Alright, more row of fruit. Hello. Ah, E.G., forgive me. These royal grounds were placed in our trust. But we stood no chance. Okay. Quite big ruins. Can't tell if he was aiming at this wolf or aiming at one of the ones who were fighting up close. Rather take these guys down now rather than risk them attacking me when we potentially get bigger game around here. Take that then beast bones though for potential arrow forging. Okay, so there are magical landmines around. Glintstone Firefly. Row of fruit. There we go. Rune fragment. Okay, we have... There we go. Alright, another wolf. Oh, two wolves. I do like basically our headless summon's ability to kind of teleport around like that. Okay, though, are there... Is this the only go inside ruin here? Oh, okay, and it's a boss door at that. Alright, let's explore the ruins a bit first. I'm hoping that the boss basically allows us to summon someone. Oop, hello. Well, that's how the camouflage works then. If you get close enough, it just automatically dispels. There we go. Oh, I thought I had heard something. Oop. Oh, okay. So the ruins must be clear now. Alright. Rhymed crystal bud, I think that's how you say that. Widely found in cold regions. A young plant frozen into crystal before it could mature. Mature used for crafting items. Okay. So. Okay, we did not look at the Carian Knight's sword yet. Straight sword embedded with a blue glintstone, weapon of knights sworn to Carian royalty. These knight swords could serve as catalysts, letting them wield sorcerer battle skills. Despite numbering fewer than 20, this power made them a match for the even champions of gold in the battle. Skill, Carian grandeur. Carian royal prestige embodied in skill. Transform blade into a magical greatsword and swing it down. Okay, so that's basically what we used to have on our dagger. And, Liurnia West. The majority of Liurnia, known for its vast forests and ever-present fog, is sinking into a lake. The western coast has always been closely associated with Carian royalty. Okay. This entire region definitely gives Bloodborne vibes. But okay. I'm gonna try and mark the entrance here. Dang it. There we go. Alright. What I'm thinking is that, let's see. We're like just short of leveling up, but maybe bust open some runes, level up with the grace that was over here, and then we're just gonna bum rush that like little boss chamber. Alright, let's see here. Status. Okay. 1, 2, 3, I believe, of the most basic rune to level up. Okay, good. And then once we level up, faith. Boom, boom. And then that means we can finally equip the God Killer enchantment. I guess let's swap out the Scholar's Armament for now, since the dagger does... Like, again, we have it kind of basically spec'd for innate magic. Alright. Where is our marker here? We'll have to be a bit careful, though, since all the wolves and casters will be back. Alright. Royal Revenant? Wrong one. so the enchantment does not last long. Alright, gonna heal. Ouch. I know it's a bit heal overkill, but... Enemy failed. Oh, okay. So nothing from the actual enemy themselves. Alright, turn on the lantern. I assume... treasure? Yep. Could have been an NPC. Okay. Frozen needle. Oh, not status. A razor-thin, piercing blade of ice, forged by E.G., the Carian Royal Blacksmith, can inflict frost upon enemies and launch its blade with a strong attack. The blade immediately regenerates. Skill, Impaling Thrust. Skill that lets piercing armaments overcome enemy shields. Build power, then lunge forward for a strong thrust that pierces an enemy guard. Interesting. Not gonna lie, dang it, 18 dex. It's like, I've been looking for a frost weapon. I'm like, okay, you know, I can shoot, like, the actual blade part. Cool, but 18 dex. I mean, we're not too far from that, right? We're at 16? 15, alright. Oh, wait, actually. And we're curious here. Oh, wrong one. So how long does this last, given it seemed to be really... Yeah, wow. Not gonna lie, slight... buyer's remorse / just general confusion. How do I look at my spells here? I remember this. Here we go. After dealing damage, you continue to sap foe's HP for a very short time. Okay, this thing continuously casts without delay after performing attack. Okay, so it seems more like something you kind of like have to like intermingle then. Interesting. Okay, gonna have to get used to that. But alright, let's continue our journey northward here. Though... teleport. Yeah. Let's go ahead and basically re-rest here. That's gonna be like refill our flask, rest, regenerate, all the same thing. Okay. Good. And then... okay, let's try to get a feel for where we're going here. Because we're heading toward the big manor. Or at least, it's a manor we see on the map, but we don't really fully see the full scale of the complex as is depicted on the map visually quite yet. Alright, right on through. Whoa! Alright. Okay. We're gonna do a take 2 on that. Wait. Honestly, that could have ended way worse. Could have been just like us jumping immediately off a cliff to our death. And I am very glad it was not that case. It's alright. Let's try again here. Okay, this time we're gonna hug the left side of the ruins a bit more here. Okay, wolves. There we go. There we are. giant, and he looks peaceful. And if any pattern in this game is discernible outside of patches, it's that giant-friendly NPCs are the best of bros. Hello.
Well, look at you. We don't receive many visitors. I presume you are tarnished? What brings you here? Oh, pardon me. It's hardly my place to ask, is it? I am E.G., a blacksmith who once served the Carian royals. An old codger who refuses to retire his rusty hammer. So here I am, still quietly plying my trade on this spot. Perhaps you'd like a display? These bones are old, but still able.
Okay, well, what can we purchase? Oh, he actually just straight up sells somber smithing stones. Please take care.
Oh, watch out there. When I'm absorbed in my smithing, I lose sight of all else. If you come too close, I'm apt to cause you harm. I am, after all, terribly large compared to you, Tarnished. You don't know how hard it is not to break anything while I work.
Talk.
Brave Tarnished. A word of warning, if you please. This territory once belonged to the Carian royal family. Their manor lies not far beyond this point. When the Raya Lucaria Academy turned on the Carians, the Knights of the Cuckoo descended on this tract. After leveling it, they carried on to the manor. The Carians were taken off guard, but their strength had not waned, and they repelled the Knights' onslaught by conjuring an enchanted snare that remains potent to this day. That is why I say, Tarnished, don't go near the manor, unless you wish to lie with the corpses of the heedless Knights of the Cuckoo.
Here we are. Blade sent me. I was wondering about that.
Blythe actually did that. Did he? Quite a rare occurrence for such a guarded soul as he. Perhaps he sensed something unusual about you. At any rate, if you're friendly with Blythe, I've something else that might suit you.
Carian Filigreed Crest. Lowest FP consumed by skills. Ooh. About advice.
I've explained the peril of the enchanted snare that remains at the Royal Carian Manor. Whatever you do, brave Tarnished, stay away from that death trap. I've explained of the enchanted whatever you...
I mean, I just don't fully quite understand what a snare would do. So I'm curious, where is that? Okay, so the Frozen Needle does take basically somber smithing stones. And it's only 2.5. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of like, maybe this becomes part of our repertoire. And then the Rosis Axe also takes somber smithing stones. Oh, I was wondering about that. Okay, a Sacrificial Axe though does not. Which I totally kind of forgot about this until now, but... trying to remember here. Alright, detailed view... yeah, upon slaying a foe. Okay. So, similar to basically our two talisman things that require critical hits to actually like gain back FP and HP. Not too useful for boss fights. Yep, and then... Gardener's out front right now during recording, so... apologies if you hear basically a leaf blower going off. Don't worry, I'm not that fancy. Basically, this is general complex stuff. I do not have private gardeners. I was gonna say, would I be so fortunate? But I'm like, I don't think I would ever want to place like a giant garden. Neither here nor there, but still. Like, a garden big enough for one to be able to attend to personally is best. Okay, whip. Oh, okay, so clean bone basically is next to, like, fist weapons, which I guess makes sense, but did not quite expect that. Okay, and in hindsight, this actually has magic damage built into it as well. But yeah, 16 arc and 22 dex. I am very tempted by the Frozen Needle. It feels like I shouldn't start upgrading it though until we actually get 18 dex. Can I actually upgrade? Okay, we can't upgrade basically our Misericord or our Uchikatana. We could upgrade our pike. And technically our shield a bit. I feel like while we're here, we should probably, you know, give him some patronage. Alright. Get that up to par with the others, since it's kind of our go-to, quote-unquote, PvP weapon for all the things that are similar to PvP, but not. Does feel it sometimes. Oh, actually. Yeah, if we're going to be using basically the Black Flame, we should use the seal for God Killer stuff. Okay. And this was 5,000. Alright. Hold on, good sir. I just need 5,000, which... 2,500. Doing math in my head. Never a good sign, but still, we must. Okay, that's the rock grease. Okay, let's see here. You selected number. 5 is 1,000. Okay. It's like 3,416. 4,416. 6. 8. Boom. 5. There we are. Math.
Something else for you?
Yes. Purchase. The Carian Filigreed Crest. Boom. It is quite nice that he just kind of sells these straight up. I wish I kind of know more about basically the nature of the snare. We only have 16 ruins. I just hope he doesn't take offense at being like, what did I tell you? I told you to stay away from there. Now I'm not going to give you any more business because you didn't heed my advice.
Something. I've explained of the enchanted whatever you...
I'm sorry, good sir, but I must. We have an investigation. And then... Okay, so is that the snare then? I wonder if he reacts to us having, like, seen it?
Whatever you do.
Alright. Let's see. Yep, Road to the Manor, Smithing Master, E.G. Alright. We do what we can to dodge. Dang it, can't actually read the thing there. Where? Lost Grace discovered. Main Carian Manor Gate. Okay. Carian Manor. Oh, actually, before I forget. Nope, not item crafting. Alright, Dragon Communion Seal, and swap out... Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, we need 27 faith, basically, to be able to equip that. So, never mind then. At least for right now. I do wonder what manner of beasties are we to expect here. I wondered about that! I wondered about that! Wrong one. There we go. Sombra Mythic Zone 2. Whew. Okay. Good to know, good to know. Prime Crystal Bud. The little baby hand. Yeah, this place is crawling with these hands. Interesting how basically the, I don't know if it was basically fire, or basically the, like, unique to the Godslayer thing that kind of caused it to burst inflamed, and it really did not like that. Okay, real quick, we're gonna top off here. Now that we know what to look out for. Ooh, okay. Nope, wrong one. Wrong one. How do I... Oh, yes, because basically... Actually, wait. Nope. There we go. Come on. There we go. Poof, okay. It's gonna take a while to kind of get used to these things. There, good. Okay. It's a bit of a shame we can't seem to critical attack these guys, but... I mean, there probably is a way via, like, parrying and everything. Okay. Regular Mythic Stone 2 times 3. This is definitely one of those very gradual progress type places. Don't see any hand. Ouch. Please stop. Please stop. Alright. I mean, at least we're getting plenty of somber smithing stone. Yeah, it's like already I should probably... I mean, we should top off. And just going to poke over here. There's a little bit of a look-see here. Anyway, still are good on mana. Alright, Glintstone Firefly. Really thought I could backstab the man. Okay, Glintstone Craftsman's Cookbook. Which, what do we get from that? Freezing Pot, okay. Contains information on faux sorceries such as they were called, a record of crafting techniques left by Glintstone craftsmen who served the Academy. All the large hands just give me flashbacks to, what were they called? Trap Masters, Door Masters from the old Zelda games. I guess they still show up on occasion. I don't trust that thing that, like... Thought I saw it move. Okay, it is alive. Okay. So the Albinaurics are here. Needing to keep our eyes on the ground, eyes up above. Certainly worthy of a dungeon here. Okay, I assume that's the pitter-pattering of giant hands. Am I able... Oh, crap. Screw this. Okay, gotta get to solid ground. I do wonder how much a regular bow would do against some of these guys here. I mean, I guess... we have unequipped the one sorcerer we had before. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Not too much damage. I mean, it is unleveled, so... Ouch. Some rapid fire there. Oh yeah, nice that we were one-handing that as well. Not maximum damage. Yeah, just chopping off real quick, although... Let's see here. Oh, actually, should get the lantern turned on here at the very least. It's not too dark of a place, though. Yeah, Margaret Shackles. Okay. Huh. So we, like, detonated all the crystal? I mean, I guess if it triggers traps and there's a ton of, like, dagger magic, like, cantrip traps all around, then... I just thought more would be like dispelling secret passages. Because if magic's going to be used to obscure anything, it's going to be used in the giant magic castle. Actually, in hindsight, I'm gonna try a bit of an experiment here. Alright, wait for it to skitter away a tiny bit. Okay, so it is fire that these things really don't like. I want to try and get those ashes. Assuming it's ashes. Maybe it might be just more somber smoothing stones. I was too cowardly. Hey. Huh, so it's more of like a trick you can only do once in these guys. It's like I might come to regret jumping down there, but I think it's the faster way to go about this. Uh-oh. Should be okay, right? It's not like these things pop out of the ground, right? Oh, is that just gonna be mana? Oh no, alright, Carian Piercer. Impales foes with magical greatsword. Oh, okay, so though those particular types of scares basically are spells. One of the sorceries of the Carian royal family conjures a magic greatsword to impale foes. Charging lengthens the initial step in. This sorcery forms a counterpart to Carian greatsword, highly lethal when used against single foes riding alone. Okay, Ice Crest Shield. Now the question is, does it protect against ice, or like it's imbued with ice so it protects against fire? Small metal round shield, heavier than a wooden shield, but boasts higher damage negation. The Ice Crest originates from a Carian princess. Though the effect is slight, it boosts magical damage negation and resistance to frost. Okay. So it is protective against ice and magic. Which, the crystals and the ice seem to kind of be intermingled in this. Okay. It neither made that guy erupt, but also didn't make these crystals explode. Alright, we're able to teleport while we're in here. In hindsight, it's not the biggest of dungeons. I mean, no matter what, we should beat a retreat. But okay, what I want to double check is we're going to go back to the round table hold, since we need to basically retreat to get a rest anyway. So in hindsight, double checking time. We're technically at time for today. Like, just barely at time. In my head, I'm like, what could I do in a tiny bit of time? Grinding, baby?
Find the albino. She hides in
Oh no, that's the Lake Scar Ruins, yeah. That's wrong lead that we're looking for. Need to go check with Rajier. It's a shame that we don't know where Blade is.
Always good to see. So,
We can tell him that we came across a guy.
if Lunar Princess Rani truly is the one who plotted that fateful night, then she should bear the curse mark of destined death somewhere upon her flesh.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to procure it for me?
Yes.
She may have returned to the manor that is her home, the Royal Carian residence
Okay,
to the
yeah.
north of the Academy of Raya Lucaria.
So we're in the right place. Okay, 2,000. you also feel... Okay. Well, first off, before I forget, because I will forget... Yeah, I feel basically the Twin Sage and Sorcerer Ashes were not quite worth it. I am very curious about the Warhawk Spirit. I feel like flying is highly advantageous. Do you have anything new?
I am pleased. Would you like
Sure.
now?
I swear, watch there be some sort of like, you hugged her too many times and now you're gonna get the bad end thing. It seems like her draining or cursing or something.
So very warm.
It feels sketchy. Okay, yeah.
Then good day to you, my dear.
Okay, so no new dialogue. I mean, she obviously has some connection. I mean, she's like the maiden who sleeps with death. And all the Black Dagger stuff is about those who dwell in death. Like, kind of feels like there's gonna be something there. Wonder if he has anything to say about us encountering a new blacksmith.
Well, I took it no matter, it's all as out your own.
No. Actually, in hindsight... I'm trying to remember. The dragon arm... Did that take 20 strength to wield? Alright, receive power from remembrance. Yeah, 20 strength. Yeah, like, both these are very strength heavy. I kind of wonder if each of the lords is going to be kind of, like, associated to a stat. Because, I mean, I kind of feel that I want to have the Ice Rapier somewhere in this repertoire. But I don't know what I would be willing to give up right now. Actually, in hindsight. Man, I've been saying in hindsight a lot. Okay, this doesn't have magic built into it. That's good to know. Because I almost wonder... Like, it's madness. Madness even entertain. But do I give up the Uchigatana for the Frozen Needle? Yeah, that's standard and piercing versus slash and piercing. That's a bit going all in on piercing. I guess could have the Uchigatana take the place of the longbow, and we only use it dual wielding. And then all the basic stuff is piercing and, like, you know, standard. Which, wait. Yeah, so the Frozen Needle was, yeah, standard, which it's different than strike, because we're lacking in strike right now. There's the argument to give it the pike, but we need something for all the PvP encounters. I like having a shield to kind of, like, suss out enemies, to kind of be like, alright, you know, what's their pattern? We'll be kind of, you know, turtle first, observe, and then start dodging. Like, we have, like, one free slot, and that's, like, the bow. I don't want to give up basically the Misericord because of the high crit rate on that. But yeah, like, it leaves just the Uchigatana, though. But again, if we put it over here... I do feel, though, it's like... something like the Dragon Head arm would be pretty cool. We are missing more, like, general flame stuff, but it seems like the Black Flames acted as flames for the, how the hands interpreted it. I also do feel we have like 2,000 some runes right now. To level up again would take... just short of 16,000. It's like, if we're going to be deliberating, we might as well be getting some runes while doing so. But yeah, it's like, give it the Uchigatana, but it's like carried us so far. And it was there for us, like, since Demon Souls. It just feels right to have it, like, be with us to the end of the journey, as it were. I mean, historically, we haven't really, truly bothered with a lot of shields. Like, just because we're using a shield now doesn't mean we have to keep using a shield. But it does make a lot of the smaller stuff way more simple. Okay, there we go. Wait for them to turn around. Like these guys. Being able to shield and just being like, yep. Like, that's nice. Dang it. There we go. Yeah. There we are. Maybe it's just better to run, aggro these guys, and go for the stab. You just know that I'm gonna regret it when one of them jumps on me and instant kills me. There we go. Dang. Helmet. Hello. And this is why we sneak. Though it is interesting, because that flame seems very similar then to the Godkiller flame, but instead of black and white, it's black and red. I kind of wonder what, if any, connection these guys have with them. Alright. Here's the last of our pickled feet here. I'm shocked that worked, but I'll take it. Alright, which way are you going? Going downhill. Stab this guy in the back. Like, a big thing about leveling up right now is that, you know, we're on the road of faith. But if we just take a slight detour in the dex, we can use the frozen needle. This is dangerous. There we go. Mainly dangerous in that our other ruins are yet unrecovered. But alright. Thankfully, it wasn't a big deal. Okay. Okay, good. Still walking. And poke. I do like the idea, basically, of the frozen rapier like shooting forward. Should probably give it maybe a bit of a test run before we have this, you know, stats to build up properly, since that is always a thing. Part of me just really wants some sort of like fisticuff weapons, though. I mean, no matter what, we need the next weapon that we're going to be using to use somber smithing stones, because we're basically, you know, that's essentially free real estate when it comes to, like, leveling up a weapon. And if each just sells some of the basic stuff, then we're not, like, asking, like, you know, oh no, we put it into the wrong one, whatever will we do? It's not that big of a deal. Good approach here. There's something so nice about farming. It's a simple life. Okay. I think that's like one more and we're good to level up. Doop. Uh-oh. Don't turn around, not yet. There we go. And he had the yellow eye, so does that mean that they were frenzied, I wonder? Nope, nope, ignore me. Okay, he kind of went back about his business pretty quickly there. And poke. Which weapon to give up? I mean, it is kind of weird that we're using the Uchi-Katana not two-handed. Which, I mean, one could argue that's the fault of the shield. Although we're going to be doing that a lot more often anyway to get the black flame on it for the God Killer incantation. Okay, I think we got all the regular guys here on that side. Alright, right back down the hill here. Then once we're closer down here, gonna basically bust out the Ice Needle and let's give it a bit of a spin here. Alright. Done. Let's say it was the pike that we swapped out. Because, I mean, if it does shoot out this, the sword thing, then in theory, that could act as the additional range we need to do the pseudo PvP fights. I can't tell if that would be... Actually, can we combo that? It's all kind of the same there. And we can do this as well, which could be a bit of an option against basically some of those guys. So yeah, maybe we replace the pike. For right now. Obviously, if, you know, we have a PvP fight go wrong, then I'll think about it. What is... Oh, did not mean to do that. Yeah, Impaling Thrust. Yeah, probably maybe swap that out, like for, Actually, could we even swap that out for poison if we wanted to? Let's see here. Ashes of War. Ha 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 ha. Hold on. That wasn't a unique skill, if I recall. No. So is the reason we can't swap out the skill here is... Wait a minute. I am now kind of wondering, do all Somber Smithing Stone weapons not allow you to swap out the Ash of War on them? I'm trying to remember if the Sacrificial Axe was Somber Smithing Stone or not. And obviously some of them are missing here. Yeah, even the Jellyfish Shield basically is missing. But I think that one did say unique skill, though. Interesting. Because I wouldn't want to give up the ability to have Holy. Yeah, so I feel like basically it should then... Yeah, okay. What I'm thinking of doing right now, and I want to double check basically the weight requirement here. Okay, where are you? Pike. And then Uchigatana. Okay. We're still at medium load. And this could be essentially our ice weapon, depending on if we ever get like an ice enchantment. The big issue is like dipping in the dex up to 18. It's kind of like, especially since I was kind of tempted towards strength in that, like, you know, dragon for a hand. Dragon for a hand, pretty cool. I mean, I say that. We haven't even actually tried it, though. Oh, we could just have everything at 20, but that just feels like not choosing a horse in the race. That really feels like us just trying to, you know, choosing stats is hard. Alright, let's see. First, level up. I've been so much of a ninja thief, it just feels like it's inevitable. We might as well. There are a few other things that high decks we're eyeing anyway. Gah. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I didn't realize we still have 7,000. Maybe we get another level up. But then, yeah, after basically one more level up here, we can probably then... Well, we'll wrap things up, but we'll wrap things up basically. I real quick want to try and attack the dragon on the bridge again. Alright. Just past 16,000. That'll be our stopping area. Oh, actually, before doing that, item crafting. Can we craft? Okay. So we need basically to hunt birds if we want it more foul-foot, but we would be able to craft more gold pickled foul-foot. I just don't like attacking the birds and there's no reason to. It's like, what did the birds do to me? Well, outside of... Some of them kill me, but most of them are pretty chill. It'd be like if there was a craftable item that required killing chill giants. I wouldn't want to do that. Dang. One day, I will complete their armor set. One day. Okay. Get up to this guy before he hits the end of his path. Do. And then you over here. Dear, please be quiet. So glad that doesn't alert them. Like wildlife alerting nearby enemies. Okay, run this way. Doop. I mean, no matter what, it does kind of feel like we'll probably swap out weapons later. It's just, it's classic one of those things we've had in this entire journey, where we kind of sunk cost fallacy, upgrade early weapons, and then we get cool stuff later on, but we never use it because it's like, well, you know, to use it we've got to upgrade it, and we're all out of these materials to upgrade, because we've already put all our stuff into the other weapons. I mean, I guess that's kind of what New Game Plus stuff is for. Not that we do any of that stuff on the channel, but... Well, outside of Silent Hill F. But that's because it was all, like, canonical endings, so to do New Game Plus over and over and over again there. If I do any New Game Plus for Elden Ring, I'll probably just do that on my own. Just to kind of enjoy the game, like, fresh with a new set of weapons. Even if everything will be slightly harder. Okay, still walking. Da. if I recall correctly, there was one over here that we... Yep. Oh, there we go. A nice big old exposed back here. Boom. Alright. 2 more. We just go up here. I mean, there's gonna come a point where farming these guys won't be efficient anymore. And then it also does kind of suck a bit that we can't really I was going to say, basically, not being able to enchant the Uchigatana with anything if it's in the left hand. But then I just realized, can we actually enchant, like, the, dang it. There we go. But is it possible to enchant the Ice Needle with Flame? Because that does seem slightly antithetical. Maybe we can give it a try once we're no longer in angry, tiny, killer pygmy land here. Dun, dun. Interesting. Now, is this just because we're not proficient with it, or can it just never take this, I wonder? Huh. So if something has innate build-up on it, does that mean we can't enchant it at all? That's another thing to kind of think about in terms of the overall calculus here. Alright. Leveling up dexterity again, even though I'm kind of going back and forth on this whole Ice Needle thing right now. Like, being able to swap out basically the Ashes of War and enchant our weapons is kind of... I mean, we could get rid of the magic on the Misericordia. I don't know how much that's scaring, though, for some stuff like farming right now. Because technically it's about, like, when you add up the two together, that's like 180 some damage. Where if we... Let's see here. Ashes of War, Misericordia... Keep it with the glintstone. Yeah, like 124. So I guess real quick, okay. So if we swap out the magic, we put this on standard. Okay, yeah, now we can enchant it with Black Flame. Because the pole arm right now we can't use... Actually. I just remembered, yeah. 20 strength, like the shield, which is why initially strength and faith were what we're going to be doing, because we could then one-hand the pike and kind of have like a shield pike type thing going on. All right. Ashes of War. Yeah, basically Glintstone Pebble. Make sure we don't lose that. Cool. I guess what we could do, because the great shuffle here, we can't use the pike right now without two-handing it. And if we don't put anything to strength, it's going to stay that way. So, what I'm thinking is... Alright, where are you, pike? There we go. And then Uchigatana over here. I can't say I'm the biggest fan of this particular combination of things, but... I guess it's just Frost buildup. It doesn't have frost element in it, but maybe it's just, again, all somber smithing stone items we can't enchant. But okay. We did level up. Only 800 basically in some runes there. If we're actually going to be fighting seriously here. Nah, it should be Oleg. I wonder if Black Flame would do more damage against the Drake, but I feel like, again, Electrify is probably the way to go. Alright. Come on, dragon. Run! Okay. Man, it's doing better damage than it was before, I think. Okay, good. Fair, fair. Kinda want to try that one more time. One more time. Don't mind me buffing over here, dragon. Poor Torrent. I didn't think basically it would swing that far. Okay, we need our runes back. It's less runes than a single kill of the tiny guys, but it's the principle that matters right now. Also, that doesn't count as an attempt. All right, drink. Okay, good. Hello. Alright, good. Okay, so I wasn't going basically for the fire. Okay, what I feel like we need to do... We need to grab the runes, go to this side of the bridge, and see if he follows. Yep. With a roar. Okay. We fight him over here. We don't have the same pressure of like having to go all the way and aggro him to get the ruins back. Watch out, Oleg. Watch out, Mary. Oops. I know I can take him. I know... Seeing that damage now, it's like, this is doable. But we should not do it today. One day, you. One day. Alright. Got our ruins back. Let's see, how are we on time? Yep, it's time to wrap things up. As much as I kind of want to go one more round on the old farming circuit, we can potentially start out next time doing that. Be able to actually use the Ice Needle, probably throw some upgrades at it as well for the Somber Smithing Stones, and then give it some actual, like... I was going to say combat experience, but in hindsight, it's a really poor idea to be going into the sorcery ice dungeon with a sorcery ice weapon. I feel like it wouldn't really be that good of a combination, but ice weapons will probably kind of pay off in spades, I imagine, when we get to the volcano. We know that one of the lords is in a volcano. It's that classic, you know, JRPG elemental triangle, like, does ice beat fire, or does fire beat ice? And if not that, then, like, does water, which is sorcery, maybe beat lava? Who knows? But, alright. We have our place that we're going to be poking at, which will probably be the Carian Royal Manor. I am not a fan of those giant hands still, but probably okay. If we use our shield a bit more. It will be a big question, like maybe the Ice Noodle in the end, maybe we end up giving it up. Because I don't like that we can't enchant stuff, but that's kind of the Uchigatana. We can't enchant basically the Misericordia as long as it's magic by default. Yeah, there's a lot of calculus I gotta do on weapons. It's like we only got the 6 slots, and to do incantations in general we need at least 1. It's a shame we can't kind of like pair that up with a, kind of like the candlestick in Dark Souls 3, where it was both a sword and a ability to like cast spells. We need something like that, well, until we get, what was that, 27 Faith, where we can do the God Killer one, because we can boost the Black Flame. With how short the Black Flame is, like, it has to be a really good enchantment, right? Right? Especially since, like, our main goal is killing demigods. You'd think the God Killer spells would be good for killing the demigods. And I assume at some point we might even fight an actual, you know, bona fide god, just given these games and everything. So yeah, some food for thought. But, alright, all that and more next time. So, until then, later.